Beyond the gates of Atlanta, a $7 million mansion rises, a place where marble floors reflect chandelier light, a hydraulic staircase guards a secret wine cellar, and a pool glitters like sapphire in the southern sun. But the real story isn't the luxury, it's the journey. How did Meek Mill, once just a kid scribbling rhymes in Philadelphia, end up here? Before the fleets of cars, before the spotlights, there was Robert Rameek Williams. Born in 1987 in South Philly, tragedy struck early. His father was murdered when he was only 5. His mother, Kathy Williams, carried the weight alone, cutting hair, hustling odd jobs, even bending rules just to keep food on the table. At home, Meek was quiet, but behind that silence, his imagination roared. Hip-hop pulsed through his family. His uncle, Grandmaster Nell, had already shaped Philly's sound and influenced legends like Will Smith and DJ Jazzy Jeff. Meek absorbed it all. Soon, he began sneaking into neighborhood rap battles, testing his voice, sharpening his hunger. Late nights turned into early mornings of scribbled verses and raw practice. He wasn't just writing rhymes, he was sketching escape routes. With 3 friends, he formed the Bloodhounds, burning CDs, handing them out anywhere someone would listen. Every track was a piece of his struggle pressed into plastic. Then in 2007, the mixtape Flamers dropped, and the world finally heard the fire he'd been carrying since childhood. The buzz around Meek's name spread like wildfire. Philly was talking, and soon the industry was too. Grand Hustle wanted him. Warner Brothers circled. His big break was finally within reach. Then, it all crashed. Arrested and sentenced to 7 months, Meek went from rising star to another statistic. For most, that would have been the end. But Meek wasn't built to fade. When he walked out, he came back hungrier. Rick Ross noticed. Signing with Maybach Music Group gave Meek the stage he'd been chasing. And in 2012, he delivered Dreams and Nightmares. That album wasn't just tracks. It was testimony. The title song became an anthem, echoing from block parties to stadiums, embodying both his struggle and his triumph. Hits kept coming. Dreams Worth More Than Money, 2015, topped the charts. Wins and Losses, 2017, felt like his autobiography. Then Championships, 2018, soared to #1, stacked with features from Drake, Cardi B, and Jay-Z. By then, Meek wasn't just surviving, he was shaping the culture. But not every chapter glitters. In 2021, Expensive Pain debuted lower than expected. Frustrated, Meek called out Atlantic Records, proof that even at the top, battles don't stop. And maybe that's the essence of Meek Mill. The setbacks never broke him. They fueled him. His story isn't just about beats and bars, it's about resilience. The boy from Burke Street turned pain into power, building a legacy that still refuses to quit. Every setback plants the seed for a comeback, and Meek Mill has mastered that cycle. His resilience didn't just earn him platinum plaques, it opened the doors to some of the most breathtaking homes in America. Because Meek's story isn't just about music, it's about turning scribbled verses into monuments of success. Drive through the quiet suburbs of Atlanta, where tree-lined streets give way to gated estates, and you'll find his $7 million mansion. It doesn't feel like a house, it feels like a statement. Shingle touches hint at tradition, colonial lines add southern grace, yet every detail screams modern ambition. Step inside and sunlight pours through a towering foyer, bouncing off polished floors. A limestone fireplace anchors the living room, while ceilings stretch sky-high as if mirroring Meek's own rise. The kitchen, crafted in French style, is its own masterpiece. A Lacanche range and marble counters aren't just about food, they're about lifestyle, about savoring the rewards of perseverance. You can almost picture late nights filled with laughter, friends, and impromptu freestyles echoing off those marble walls. Beyond the glass, the home flows into serenity. Floor-to-ceiling windows frame a cabana and sapphire-blue pool, sparkling beneath the Georgia sun. At night, its glowing water mirrors the stars, a place where Meek can pause, look back at Burke Street, and realize just how far he's come. This isn't just a mansion. It's proof that pain can be rewritten into power and struggle can be transformed into light. The soul of Meek Mill's Atlanta mansion reveals itself in the private spaces. His office, cloaked in dark wood, feels less like a room and more like a command post, where contracts turn into opportunities and ideas into empires. Step into the walk-in closets, soaring 14 feet high. The grounds were just as captivating. A manicured lawn led to a sparkling pool and spa, while an outdoor kitchen promised nights of laughter, music, and celebration. A 5-car garage stood ready for the luxury fleet that followed Meek wherever he went. But what truly set this home apart wasn't its size, it was its symbolism. Sharing this villa with Nicki Minaj placed Meek inside Hollywood's inner circle, in a house built on land once owned by Frank Sinatra. From Old Blue Eyes to Philly's Own, 2 eras of music collided at one address. The romance didn't last, and neither did their time in the mansion. Yet the villa remains a chapter, one of ambition, love, and proximity to legend. Step outside and the story continues in Meek's garage. His Ferrari 458 Italia, all sleek curves and roaring V8, wasn't just a car, it was liberation, proof he'd outrun his past. Then there's the Rolls-Royce Phantom, its starlit ceiling and whisper-quiet ride announcing his arrival without a word. For Meek, every car isn't transportation, it's transformation. The Lamborghini Urus fits Meek Mill like a glove, a perfect balance between the artist and the father. On the surface, it's a family SUV, spacious and practical, but under the hood beats the heart of a supercar. For Meek, it's more than luxury, it's versatility. One moment he's pulling up to the studio with his crew, the next he's taking his kids out for the day. Speed and family coexisting in one ride. Then there's the Rolls-Royce Wraith. If the Phantom is about presence, the Wraith is about personality, sleek, daring, unapologetically bold. With its coupe silhouette and V12 engine, it feels like Meek on wheels. Fans have seen it in his videos and on Instagram, its polished finish gleaming like a trophy. This isn't just a car, it's a lifestyle in motion. And finally, the Bentley Mulsanne. This one isn't for the dreamer chasing success, it's for the mogul who's already built it. Handcrafted interiors, commanding design, its maturity on 4 wheels. Picture Meek closing a deal, sliding into the back seat, letting the chaos of the world fade behind tinted glass. The Mulsanne isn't about flash, it's about legacy. Together, these cars are more than machines. They're symbols. Every key turned, every engine's roar, reminding him of the nights he spent scribbling rhymes, dreaming of escape. But a fleet like this doesn't run on dreams alone. Behind the lifestyle lies the math. Millions earned, millions invested, in a net worth climbing toward $20 million. Music lit the fire, but it wasn't his only fuel. Endorsements soon followed. Puma tapped Meek to bring authentic street energy into its fashion world, while Amazon partnered with him to link his name with one of the biggest brands on earth. These weren't casual deals. They were strategic plays that built both his image and his fortune. By 2012, Meek took the leap from rapper to mogul, launching Dream Chasers Records, a label born from the mixtapes that carried his grind. But this wasn't vanity, it was vision, a platform to sign talent, mentor artists, and grow an ecosystem where Meek was no longer just an artist, but the boss. Every deal, every track, every signing became another building block in his empire. With success came choices, the freedom to decide where to live, what to drive, how to spend his time. The boy who once had nothing now had access to everything. Yet what makes Meek's story powerful isn't only what he's gained, but what he gives. Philanthropy became part of his legacy. In 2016, during the Flint water crisis, while officials stalled, Meek acted, donating $50,000 to deliver 60,000 bottles of water to families who couldn't trust their taps. Quiet, direct, impactful. For someone who grew up knowing scarcity, the thought of children without clean water was unthinkable. 2 years later, after his own legal battles put the justice system under a spotlight, he co-founded the Reform Alliance with Jay-Z. Their mission? To reduce the millions trapped in probation and parole. Meek brought more than fame. He brought lived experience, turning pain into advocacy. And back home in Philly, he gave 6,000 backpacks to kids walking the same streets he once did. Proof that his story isn't just about wealth, but about lifting others with him. For Meek Mill, giving back isn't charity, it's legacy. It's about proving to the next generation that someone from their blocks, who looks like them, can rise and still reach back to lift others. His philanthropy isn't a side note, it's the continuation of his story, shaped by his mother's sacrifices, his father's absence, and the struggles of Philadelphia. It's a reminder that wealth without compassion is hollow, and true success isn't measured by what you keep, but by what you share. Yet generosity alone doesn't capture who Meek is. To see the man behind the headlines, you have to step into the quieter corners of his life, his family. Meek is a father of 3, and in May 2020, on his 33rd birthday, he welcomed his son with then-girlfriend Milan Harris. The timing felt symbolic, almost poetic. On the day he marked another year of survival and success, new life began. Fatherhood softened him in ways the public rarely sees. On social media, small moments surface. Meek cradling his kids, smiling with a warmth no chart position could ever match. For a man who grew up without his father, being present isn't just duty, it's redemption. Outside of family, he still grinds, chasing perfection in late-night studio sessions that stretch until dawn. But he also allows himself escapes, tropical vacations, yacht rides, quiet retreats where fame's chaos fades into ocean waves and laughter. It's in those moments Meek finds balance, the rhythm between ambition and peace. Friendship still anchors Meek Mill's world. Rappers, business partners, and trusted confidants move within his orbit, but his true circle remains small. Fame may draw a crowd, yet loyalty reveals the few who stay. Beyond music, his passions stretch wide. He's a familiar face courtside at NBA games, his intensity echoing the athletes on the floor. Off the court, Meek has stepped into tech and entrepreneurship, hinting at a future where his reach extends far beyond hip-hop. And maybe that's the essence of Meek Mill, a man balancing contrasts. The festival headliner who also tucks his kids into bed, the artist born of struggle who now embodies growth. As the story unfolds, one truth stands clear. Meek Mill is no longer just chasing dreams, he's living them. Picture this: the Atlanta sky fades to twilight, and his mansion glows like a beacon, windows lit like golden verses against the night. From the hard streets of Philadelphia to the hills of Beverly Hills, from nightmares to dreams realized, his life proves resilience can rewrite destiny. But the bigger question lingers. What chapter comes next?